Heyo, we are back with another Zenless Zone Zero video. I bet you can't guess what this one's about. Oh, you've already guessed, okay? Yeah, it's about official release date predictions. We're gonna do our best to try to give the community the answer that MiHoYo refuses to give, and try to predict when can we finally play Zenless Zone Zero? What is the release date?
Are you ready?
Hey, real quick, I am the Zone Zero hero, and it is my goal to bring the Zenless Zone Zero community the newest news about the game and fun original content as well. So, if that's something that interests you, please hit that subscribe button. You know how YouTube works, and you know how much it helps the channel. Alright, let's do it. If you're a fan of MiHoYo games, gacha games, or just video games in general, you've probably stumbled upon the highly anticipated title. That's right, Zenless Zone Zero. If you're not familiar with well, that's a video I've already done. Click here at the top of your screen to get your sexy self informed. With the recent news about the amplifying test just dropping, the Zenless community is crazy with excitement to possibly get their hands on one of those sweet qualifications to the new beta test. And with the same excitement, everyone is begging to know when the official release date will be. It really is the biggest question in the Zenless community right now. If you ask MiHoYo, they will tell you there's no news except for late 2024. But is there more that we can look into to try and answer the burning question that all so desperately want to know? Yes, there is. We're going to play Detective.
I'm Batman.
And quickly look at some nerdy numbers and stats from the developer's recent past to uncover mysteries and clues that'll bring us one step closer to understanding just when, oh when, can we finally enjoy Zenless together. Don't worry, I'm going to try to make this video short and sweet, so the first metric we need to look at are the gacha game and gaming release date trends. Before the invention of digital download gaming, the sale of games was somewhat predictable, especially towards the end of the year. Since we don't live in 1997 anymore, we have to take into consideration that games can be released with good success all year around. With all that being said, I think there's a lot we can learn if we review MiHoYo's past titles and when they hit the gaming world. MiHoYo has had 5 notable game releases since its first breakout game in 2012. I will place a graphic up on the screen so we can see each game and the dates it was released. Right away we start to notice a pattern. All of the games are released as early as July and as late as December. With the exception of Star Rail, that game really seems to have run a different marketing path. This is not much of a surprise. Releasing into the late summertime and on into November, December tends to be prime gaming sales ranges. But right out of this gate, this information gives us hope. In this video, it is currently March 2024, so our first hope of release is July. That's just a few months away, and could very much be the earliest we get to play the game. For this part of the video, I had planned to put a bunch of sales numbers up and go into detail about those, but I won't do that because I don't feel it's very helpful to the video. So I'll just say that the sales data for all gacha games can be traced to show that there are good sales months and bad sales months for each genre. Another important factor for game release dates is holidays and big game events. Game developers try their best to avoid releasing games at these times. During holidays, people are just busy and not usually thinking about purchasing games. And during big game events, there's lots of attention on lots of other games. So the competitiveness of those dates is too steep to release during that time. We've got one final thing to look at before we wrap this video up, and it's the timing of the beta test that Zenless has already had. A game developer can choose to test whenever they like, but it's common for them to test 6 months and 3 months out from release. And then when everything is done and the game is completed and running as smoothly as it can, they will want to do a final stress test to see if their servers can handle the initial launch day, or if they'll crash and everyone will hate them. To my knowledge, Zenless has had 2 official beta tests so far. The amplifying test will be the 3rd, with the last test being in November of 2023, just 4 months ago. Oh, one final thing I forgot to mention is advertising. So MiHoYo is a giant company right now because they are the most successful gacha producer on planet Earth at the moment, and they put a lot of money into the advertisement of their game. I'm still getting Star Rail advertisements on my phone all the time. And it's a very telling sign because there are no advertisements spread across the internet for Zenless Zone Zero yet. So when you start seeing advertisements pop up on your phone or pop up on Reddit and all the popular game sites, you can think of that as the lava bubble before the lava explosion. The aggressive Zenless advertisements will definitely show up before the immediate release of the game. If we stack up everything that we've went over in the video so far, we can make an educated guess. And I call it a guess because MiHoYo's really not giving us much to work with. So here's the big reveal, the part of the video that we've all been waiting for. My release date prediction. In a wide time frame prediction, I think July to October. And my precise exact prediction is late October. But of course, I pray that I'm wrong and this amplifying test is just a precursor to the actual release date and we get to play the game very, very soon. So that's my prediction. We're not quite there yet, but we do have the amplifying test to look forward to, so do what you have to do to get those draws and get yourself a qualification into that beta test. Now that you know my prediction date, I'm dying to know when you think the official release date for Zenless Zone Zero will be. Leave it down in the comments below. One final thing, it looks like a large amount of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so do me a favor and do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Okay, I'm gonna go send 10 more messages to MiHoYo begging them to let me into the amplifying test. And of course I want to see you guys there too, so get those qualifications, do what you have to do, and I'll see you in New Era 2. And as always,
Love and peace!
Are you ready?